I almost got through the whole thing.
You could have.
I might have vomited in a boot, though.
Yeah, that does seem problematic.
I just chugged most of a bottle of water. Woo! I'm gonna get aqua drunk. How you doing, you guys?
Hello.
And let's go to there. Hi. We got everything set up. We're just doing this late. What time is it now? It's 11:40. Oh my goodness. So
Started setting up 2 hours ago. We got most of the way there, and then technical
technical
difficulties.
difficulty. It's what I specialize in. You do what you're good at, right?
Yeah, but we didn't hit record this time.
That's true. That's true. That's the worst kind when you go through an entire session and then nothing to show for it, but memories. So welcome to SideQuest. We're actually gonna do it. We're actually gonna do this. Neither of us really has any idea what's gonna happen. We're literally flying by the seat of our pants here. So strap in, y'all. Um, before we begin the thing, before we do the thing, you had some questions that you wanted to address.
Okay, so what I've been working over here while he's been trying to figure out what was wrong over there. Uh, I've been working on a quick-ish way to figure out the crew.
Okay.
Um, one small detail question that could change how one of the methods goes. What size is you just said it a minute ago.
Schooner.
But the name of the ship.
Oh, her name is
The Wandering
Lasonia, the Wandering
Lasonia.
Shell.
How big? Because small to medium is considered 80 to 100 foot, and medium is considered 100 to 200 foot. And there's actually a sizable difference between the crews there.
Right. Okay. So what we've established 8.
Eight?
That was something we talked about, a crew of 8.
Okay.
Where does that land us?
That lands us right in the middle
Yeah, that's
because
where
a crew of 2 to 8 people is typically used for a small to medium-sized cruising yacht
Okay.
or a medium-sized cargo or fishing schooner is 8 to 20.
Okay. So yeah, well, we're 8. If you like, we can say that we've got like 2. Oh my goodness, where do I find that? We have Bear Wild Lakes, and I have to remember what they are called.
Oh, see, that actually throws a curveball at the other half of what I was looking at. Oh, but it doesn't though, so never mind.
Ursae, Ursae, Ursae are bearkin, and so they would be big, strong guys for cargo hauling and that
That'll
kind
do.
of thing. So we could say we got 2 or 3 of them. I kind of like the idea that at least 2 of them are siblings. I don't know why, but
That's always a fun idea.
it could be 2 little brothers and a big sister, maybe.
So that does throw a half of a curveball at the other part of what I was working on, because
Okay.
the other part of what I was working on was figuring out dice rolling to figure out the rest of the crew.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to figure out how many dice rolls are we going to do, and 8 is awesome. Is that the total crew, or is that 8 with us included, so 6 more. Or would it be 5
Six.
more if we're counting the captain?
It would be captain is separate.
Okay,
So I'm thinking
6 more.
it would be 6 more, including us, and then if we have the 3 Ursate, that means 3 more. Um,
I love how the dice talk to me. And the reason I say that is because I did 2 dice rolls earlier just to see what I would be looking at. Because I had 2 methods in head is 3d4 or a d6 and a d4 for the number of crew members. And that was
okay.
just one of the random ideas I had.
Gotcha.
And I did 2 rolls, and the 3d4 landed on 9, but the d6 and the d4, which was the first idea, landed on 3.
Okay.
And that would be the 3 remaining
Yep.
past your idea. I was like, well, there we go.
Um,
Uh,
so, I don't want to completely undo everything that you have come up with, but
no, go ahead.
um, a ravenkin for lookout lives in the crow's nest, right? And then ribbits can swim.
Yes.
So having at least one ribbit on the crew might be, I don't know why there's no like real practical reason other than secret boarding, but we're not pirates, we're a cargo ship. So if we want to do random rolls for now the remaining 2,
That would just be remaining 1.
well, I mean, if you're, are you including the frog then?
I mean, I want to look something up. Saltwater frogs.
Oh yeah. Are there any?
Yeah.
Do they do? You having fun yet? Good.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah. There is one kind of saltwater frog?
I think so. Wow, there is one saltwater frog,
Wow.
and it's known as the crab-eating frog.
That's kind of cool.
Uh, Fedju, Fedgervaria? Pencriva, Pencrivora.
Javara cancrovora.
Yeah, Fejervarya.
Cajervia.
Cancrivora.
Cancrovora, yeah.
Ooh, this will be interesting lore to build around. Native to Southeast Asia.
Hmm. We do have some Asian influenced stuff on feel,
I know.
so it's not unheard of.
But that's why I said this will be interesting lore to work around.
Right? Just because I'm a dumbass, I like naming him Ken Trevora. I don't know. It's super simplified, but for some reason, my naming conventions for wildlings seem to be basing them
Scientific
on their
names,
scientific name. Yeah,
common names.
that's where Ateles came from.
Ateles.
Yeah, Ateles is at least part of the spider monkey breed, uh, the species name.
You said Ravenkin.
Ravenkin are called Murda. Murda. You get that too?
Yeah. But it's not if there's only one.
Right.
And then the ribbed one. So, lore question I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Fun grill.
Yeah.
Would they be prone to going to sea? There's no network connection out there.
Yeah. Saltwater fungi?
You know, I could just go back like 4 letters. Fungie.
GI.
Are there saltwater fungi? Um, that added an extra thing, making it a question that I did not want. And I don't think taking the question out helped. I'm getting different pictures by taking the question out.
Okay.
But there are. But everything just scanning looks at is talking about microscopic, widespread adaptations, basic fungi stuffs like they're used for decomposition. So it's not new information there. What kinds are there? Kinds. Somewhere. Oh. There needs to be space there. That actually looks like that narrowed it down a lot. Because I'm actually getting 4 names.
Okay.
Oh, but those are categories currently. Okay. But that's somewhere to start with. So yes, there are saltwater fungi. We talked about this in the last episode. There's a lot of just, I wonder what that is.
Yeah. This is how we work, but
most definitely how I work, especially when I'm trying to go through creativity. Because I want things to be close, but only close.
There are more than 400 species of fungus that live underwater.
That didn't answer that. Yeah, but everybody knows what that was. One of the
Morning.
clickable ones that came up on my search was penicillium. Do you know what penicillium is used for?
It would be a wild guess.
Comment below.
Started doing it again.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Part of our technical difficulties have been lag,
Yeah.
most prominently in the music. We're hoping you guys can't hear that. We can though, and it's very distracting. Okay. What is going on here? So, a large group of marine species, such as the rare underwater mushrooms of the genus Candoleomyces.
Can you
Sure.
spell that for me?
Candoleomyces. Okay? I clicked on it. There is no known marine fungus named that.
Yeah, isn't it Candelo? ELLO?
It's, I read it off to you from the thing. Cando.
It is, okay.
But I'm clicking on it from the link in the thing. And the link takes me to, there is no known marine fungus. What do you mean?
Okay, so I'm seeing Candomyces, Candelianus. Let's do that. These are all above ground. Saltwater fungi.
So I do have one here, a primitive group of aquatic fungi, some of which have flagellated spores for swimming. Is
Really? Yeah. That doesn't sound like the kind of fungal growth we want. Those are stock photos. That's not going to help us. Maritime fungi.
if the FBI is paying attention to this house at all, they're going to be so fucking confused. Sea turtles, merchant ships, fungus, kelp, Okay, they're real fascinated in the ocean right now. Cool.
That's an AI generated image. Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate you being honest about that. I didn't want that.
Okay, that's none of this is very helpful.
No. I see there's 400 kinds, but the only name we got doesn't actually exist.
And all the broad images I'm seeing are either microscopic or they look like coral reefs. That's the one.
Which would be cool. The one I was trying to run down was really super brightly colored, but that was the one that ended up being an AI generated image.
Uh, is coral a fungus? Interesting. My computer's listening to me. Cool, thank you. It answered me outright. No. It's actually a very short paragraph. No, coral is not a fungus. Coral are marine animals, while coral fungi are a type of mushroom that have branched, coral-like appearances. While they are visually similar, they belong to a completely different kingdom of life. That's the whole paragraph for is coral a fungus? But that actually feels like that got closer
Right?
because
So
that answered coral fungus.
found a Wikipedia for marine fungi.
Is it helping?
It's coming close. Planktonic. Yeah, these are all super small phytoplankton. I don't think this is worth running down. I don't think we're going to find anything that fits.
Okay, but check out coral fungus. Specifically coral fungus. Because this looks like it is actually. I can't tell if that is. That's seaweed.
Oh,
You see what I'm looking at?
the clarivoid fungi, or the clavarioid fungi, typically having erect or simple branched basidiocarps, fruit bodies that are formed on the ground on decaying vegetation. That's
Oh, found in forests. Some can be found in fields.
Yeah, those are land ones then.
Okay. But that purple one there looks an awful lot like that seaweed in the background.
Oh, yeah. I think we might be looking at the same one, but you can see the leaves
Yeah.
when you zoom
Mm.
in on it.
And in the foreground, it's kind of easy to see
Yeah,
that that
they're
is,
dead. Those are dead leaves that it's in.
yeah.
Okay, that doesn't help.
I wish I'd have looked at that a little closer.
So I think that's a dead end.
Okay.
It was an interesting thought. It really was. It's a good way to try to get some representation for one of the original source races that we haven't explored anywhere yet.
So that is a big fat no. Yes.
Correct.
So fungal do not exist in the oceans. Okay. So looking at the crew right now, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different wildlings
Right.
and an elemental.
Right. Okay. So maybe we should get a. Well, I mean, still, the elemental fits. The elementals tend to only they tend to live off separate from the rest of the main races, specifically the elder races, and they only tend to commune with the wildling races. So it's not out of place. Um, I don't mind a wildling crew, an entirely wildling crew. It kind of gives it a neat kind of a, we're not pirates, but we are set apart kind of a feel.
Yeah. So with that, do we want to exclude the elder races from potentially being part?
I would say Ridley would have to have a reason for that.
Well, I'm talking us building
Right,
the crew.
right. But it would be Ridley building his crew. And if he had reasons to stay away from the elder races, then he just would only focus on newcomers and wildlings.
So the wildlings weren't really well received by the elder.
Go away.
Pop
Yeah.
up for window security.
Yeah, no, the shame funneled them through during the migration.
Okay.
So yeah, they were not interested in taking the fairies are in shame. They do have a small representation, but even then they're not allowed in the main city of Vigantia, the capital city. They have an enclave outside the city gates. So yeah, the among the elder races, wildlings and newcomers alike are,
Not overly welcome.
yeah.
Okay. So what would that exclude? That would exclude dwarf, elf, human,
halfling, gnome.
halfling, gnome, uh, giants and goblins.
Giants and goblins. I suppose it's conceivable. Giants are still not unduly sized to be on a big boat like a schooner.
Yeah, they. Where are we?
They are considered elder races, but they're not welcome and shamed. They're
They're only 6.5 to 8.5 feet.
yeah, they're big, but they're not, and you know,
Their long arms would help with a lot of ship work too.
right. It would be another good cargo handling crewmate to have a giant on board. But I'd imagine they eat a lot. And then go through our supplies pretty fast.
And goblin.
If we've got a Simia and a Murda, we've got the rigging runners covered fairly well. A goblin would really only be, because they wouldn't really be helpful with cargo handling. In theory, only moderately helpful in combat, fighting off coastal pirates or whatnot. So it wouldn't be unheard of, but
Okay. Earthkin.
what Earthkin would want to go to sea?
Especially since one of their innate abilities is immovable. While your feet are touching the ground, you cannot be lifted or moved against your will.
Right, and you're never on ground except when you're in port. So I would say we can scratch that one off the list too.
All right. Emberkin.
No.
No.
Let's Chew. Ships of fire, come.
But their attack rolls would be at disadvantage. Everything's wet.
Right? We're covering every angle here. That's all.
Yeah.
We're being thorough.
Okay. Did we scratch off giant?
It would be like the opposite of a goblin. There are reasons to do it, but there are reasons not to also.
Okay.
I think that the eating thing is pretty significant, but not a deal breaker if it's only one, and like, you know, a giant first mate would explain why a giant would be on board. He's a personal friend of the captain's.
And we have to remember the captain's not a big guy.
That's right. He's the smallest sea turtle. Yeah. That's a very good point.
So what what is the average size of a Kemp?
Kemp's, I think, yeah.
Kemp's
ID. Go back to. What is this side quest?
Oh, it's so small.
Yeah, Kemp's. Yeah, and it's just Kemp's. Yeah.
So a real-world Kemp's Ridley sea turtle approximately get 2 feet in length and weigh between 70 and 100 pounds.
Wow. So we're talking halfling goblin size. So he's tiny. Yeah.
But that's a real world one. A
Right.
wildling one might be.
Yeah, it wouldn't be much bigger. I mean,
Yeah, I don't imagine it would be much
if
bigger.
we're having Fushi be only slightly larger than a natural
Yeah.
red panda, then it would be the same thing. We're talking maybe 15, 25% larger than the actual species itself. So we'd say maybe up to a 3 foot
And that's on
Kemps.
the big side. Okay. Fascinating. You came here for a side quest and we're giving you one.
Where the side quest is this one's down the rabbit hole, but yeah.
Yeah. Um, Interesting. Okay. So the next question is Aetheris.
Aetheris. Oh, right.
The Aetheris are different in this world.
Yeah, there tend to be four different types. They are they each one favors the moon, favors one of the moons, uh, or one of the celestial bodies. There's six,
Yeah.
five,
7.
7. Who else are you counting?
Sienna.
1, 2, 3. She makes 6. 4, because Sienna is that. Four,
4 more.
5, 6, 7. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Because we did talk about those.
Yeah.
We're not telling you anything.
It's main campaign stuff. We don't want to spill too much of the beans.
You have a name. Good luck. You have a name. Good luck.
There is no reason not to.
Okay. But it would have to be one of the ones that are,
One of the moon-oriented ones.
yeah. And it would have to be the moon that is the most affecting the tide, I suppose, if there is one.
There isn't. Each one has an equal effect, and the stillness is the result of all four of them being gathered together in one place, which is the opposite side of the planet from the continent of Feel. What happens is the gravitic pull of all four of the moons being gathered for 2 weeks on one side of the planet causes a 2 week long winter-locked low tide around Feel for miles.
Smells terrible.
But it's frozen over, so
It's not
some
so
of
bad.
that's ice, some of that aroma is ice locked. Anyway, so yeah, there's no reason why any of them wouldn't take to the sea, at least for a while.
So I do have one thing pre-scratched, and I want your opinion on this.
Okay.
Clank. The number one reason I pre-scratched that is so that we don't have to deal with any continuity errors.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
We're still waiting for the end of that, but
right, but there would still be. I mean, even under the absolute worst circumstances, there would still be.
Okay. So
Now, whether they would choose to risk themselves by going out to sea, how much of a risk is it if you're not a pirate, not in a high combat environment, and C, if you fall off board, all you're going to do is sink to the point where you can walk out of there eventually anyway.
but rust.
Right?
Is
Um,
there rust in this one?
yes, of course there is. Oxidization is a thing. Um, there's five potential theorists because the Ishaneri are legit. Said the orders of the second sun, and then the four moons.
So we only have 5 theorists to choose from, but there is still a choice. Seven and 8. So ultimately, we have narrowed our last member down to one of technically 8 choices.
Okay.
Tidekin, Skykin, Aetheris, Dracona, Fairy, Orc, Giant, or Wildling.
At first I was like Dracona. Why are the Dracona? Oh, but the Rezontum connection.
That would still be a valuable asset
Yeah,
to the Dracona.
yeah. Well, and also the fear connections. Yeah. So, um, like you may have just by pointing that out, you may have just kind of negated the need for a roll.
Yeah. You really like that idea?
It absolutely makes a lot of sense. That route, because of that connection, he would probably have like a preferred stat. Ridley would probably have a preferred status because he's got a Dracona connection on the boat.
Okay.
And if we make him first mate, then that
There's a
solidifies
couple
that.
other ideas.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Or her, whatever you come up with.
Then you say it like I'm the one coming up with this.
It's on you, homie.
It's on me, homie. Thanks, Dad.
I just know that you love doing it, is
I
all.
kind of do that. So that is our crew.
All right.
Galapagos captain, a Dracona first mate, 3 Ursa. What did you?
Ursae.
Ursae.
Ursae. Yeah.
A-E. That E will be very important in me. 3 Ursae, a Murda, a Ribbid, a Sima, and a Skyken. That is our Now, because of the other conversation we had about the consistency of archetypes,
Right.
I have here another thing that we could possibly do, and we really don't have to. But I have 5 potential classes that any of them could end up as well as none.
As well as none?
As well as none.
Okay.
So in this setup, it is roll a d12. If you roll a 1, you can be a rogue. Roll a 2, a brawler. 3, a warrior. 4, a guardian, or 5, a wizard. Or 6 through 12, nothing. You are just existing.
All right.
Does that sound feasible, or do you have a different idea?
So just to clarify, Bex and I had a conversation about is everybody a class? The determination that we came to is everyone can be, it's whether or not they tap into that class or not through their life experience. So when we say none, we are saying someone who has not tapped into whose life has not led them to connect with any of the tenets of a class. So everybody has that potential, and over the course of their life may eventually tap into that. No one can't have a class, I guess, is the...
Okay. Yes. Sorry, that sentence took a second for me to process.
Yeah,
yes.
No, because it was double negative.
No one can't, meaning they all can.
Yeah.
I got that.
Sky can. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Who am I missing?
Yourself, maybe?
No, I'm on there. So I've got the Dracona, I've got the 3 Ursa, I've got the Murda, you
the Rivet.
and me. Oh, the Rivet, that's right.
Because there's one. And that just feels like a fun thing.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the things that I was eyeballing too when I was looking through. Is like, what would be likely to be on this boat with us? And Furnace got crossed off first.
Right.
As the first one to go. Plank was the second one on my list, but you talked that back a little bit. And then we talked, the whole conversation was talking through the rest of it, so. Fairly satisfied.
Can you give me a D4? Odds are even. We're rolling for the gender of the Murda. Evens is female.
It is odds.
Male. And then one more for the Dracona.
That is an even.
Interesting. A female first mate.
Don't take a woman on a boat.
I have an interesting thought.
I believe I had that thought when you went. Does it start with an N?
Yes.
Okay.
How do you feel about that? Okay, some backstory here while he's processing. In the main campaign, Draco has history, and there is an NPC named Narsa Firetooth, who wow, that's such an interesting thought. This could be where she went after.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so fascinating.
Yeah. There's plenty of legitimate reason why this is the way it is. And that also adds to the idea that we don't have to get rid of these characters.
No, I love the idea of keeping them around somehow, some way, and then side quest is an awesome way to kind of check in.
It, it really is, as long as everybody's doing okay.
Wow. Wow. You like? Do you?
I like it. It's got me grinning real big.
Right on.
So
Very cool.
That was an unforeseen circumstance that played itself real good.
It fits so gorgeously. I love it.
Ooh. Ooh, there's some extra conflict there though.
How so?
Wasn't she banished?
No. She was banished from fear. Oh yeah. But she was but as a crew member, she would still be entitled in the Enclave. Since she can't go into the country proper,
Right.
she would be left on the outside with all the other uh, non-kingdom races.
Mm. There's plenty of role play opportunity there.
Yeah, man. You want to play her too?
I mean, I can. I suppose I will need you to send me her thing though.
I think I have her character still.
Yeah, I don't. So
Watch the
Draco's defining moment.
Draco's defining moment. It's the first 2 episodes that we ever put together on the YouTubes.
Now, the downside to that and why we are getting so excited is the leading detail that brought her to the ship is not recorded.
That is very true. That's just a conversation that we had to facilitate certain elements of the main campaign existing relationships.
Yeah.
And it's not really a story that she would tell to anyone on the ship. The only one who might know might be Captain Ridley.
And she would have to tell him, she would probably tell him the bare minimum to get him to let her on the boat in the first place. And honestly, in my head, Ripley being a bard, sensing a deeper story here.
Right, he keeps her around and keeps prodding at her history. There's a story in there, girl. Tell me your story.
Hey, you're running from something. You told me that when we started.
Yeah.
But I want to know.
That's cool, man. That's really cool. I like this idea. Wow, that's really groovy. We just got Narsa back. That's awesome. Excuse me. Where is? There it is. That's so groovy. Characters.
Oh no.
Whoa.
If I'm playing Narsa too, I'm gonna want to use those other dice for her. Mm.
Yeah,
Exciting.
that's cool. I'm glad you pick up on that as much as I do. That's awesome. I want to share Narsa. Share with Link. Who's Link?
He's not Zelda. Well,
Burn.
no. Dracona are fireproof. Can't happen.
Oh, what? Why did Renee message me? Who are you? I'm gonna put this in the private, not in the Discord.
I don't have Discord on this, so I'll have to grab that later.
Oh,
It's all good.
how can you not have Discord on that? That's all right. I'll keep
I
her
don't
sheet up.
use it.
I'll keep her sheet up.
That was Discord.
That was Discord. You know what? Daniel also.
Is everybody messaging you right now?
Apparently.
Are you live?
No.
Are you streaming?
No, recording, not streaming. I don't have any in my. Oh, that's why. Okay. Um, and Daniel shared a modular map maker from Chepaku, which I just learned about yesterday also. So he's always one step behind on letting me know, which just means I'm tapped in. I do appreciate that I'm tapped into everything.
You're ahead of the curve at least.
But it's scheduled for release in 2026. Don't know how far into 2026, but and like I want to pay another subscription fee. That's the one thing with Chepaku is they all do.
It's another subscription.
It's all OnlyFans. I mean, Patreon.
You know what you said.
I know what I said. I said it on purpose. Okay, we can close that out. So Narsa's open here. Tellius is open here.
It came with the image.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Okay.
I accepted over there. I just have to refresh this page.
Nice. Oh, because you've got Demiplane on that, but not Discord. I get you.
Yeah, that's... I'll pick it up later. That's what that was.
Okay, so now what do I want?
I did that old-timey trick where I clicked it, saved it, and then brought the mouse back over here.
Whither go I, so goes my mouth.
This is the only mouse that will ever work on, by the way. No, you can't have it. It's mine. I love this thing. As long as it keeps working.
I need to go to here.
Is that clockwork again?
Yeah, this is the Clockwork City. Yeah.
Oh, I
It's,
do love it.
it has a very distinct tune.
Question.
Answer.
Would she have given him her real name? We're asking the tough questions here.
Yeah. You know, she was using her real name in Fate's Wheel. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to find her. She is ballsy. Yeah, I don't think she would change her name. Maybe not Firetooth. She hasn't been stripped of her name like Draco has, but she was banished.
Okay, what is your Simma's name?
Ateles, Ateles. Last name Rufi, Rufi. And if you were to type that into Google, you would find that that is part of a spider monkey genocide species.
Not roofie drug, roofie
Are you,
monkey.
yeah, are you not Roofy? I don't know whether that. Never got into roofie culture. No one's ever roofied me.
That's a fun thing to be able to say. It's not. It is, but it's not. It's not a good thing to be fun to say. Words. She does have a +2 to deceive.
Right. Yeah, she can, but I think that's more in obfuscation rather than outright lying. It would be in burying the truth in mystery or confusion, allowing people to jump to conclusions. Okay, so I'm going to give you some options here. Boren sounds too Tolkien-y. So Gror, Rogar.
And who is this?
And those are actually the only two male names that I actually like. These are the Ursay crew, the brothers.
Okay.
So I like Gror and Rogar. All the other ones are straight up like Viking names, including Bjorn, which literally means bear. But I don't want, if you can come up with another naming scheme, then I absolutely like that. Um,
I don't. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I. Not quickly, anyways.
all
As
right.
soon as we stop recording, something will pop in my head, I'm sure. And what was the ribbon's name?
Ken something.
Ken Rivora? Ken Corva?
I can't. There's only one kind. You can Google it again.
I did. Uh, Ken Crivora.
And Travora, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Crivora.
But that's these are just suggestions. I'm not the only GM here.
Look, but we're still working together, you know?
Right, but I'm always willing to be talked out of whatever it is I come up with. Roar and Rogar until we come up with something better. And then I saw two that I liked for the female. Brynja and Isra.
What was the first one?
Brynja, Brynja, Brynja.
And Isa?
And Yrsa, Yrsa, Yrsa.
Those are both nice.
Yrsa is like a variation of Ursa.
Yeah.
It does have kind of like a more kind of like a mythological kind of a feel. Brynja apparently means armor or protection, protective.
And if she's the older sister anyways.
Right.
Yeah, let's do that one.
Brynja.
Spell it out for me again.
Brynja.
Okay. Let's.
And then last name options. Broadpaw, Black Pelt, Hive Raider, that's kind of an interesting one.
Yeah, it is.
Salmon Snatcher.
That sounds wrong. That one sounds wrong to me. I don't know why.
So my grandfather, your great grandfather, taught me when I was very young an Indian phrase. Now I don't know what tribe of Indian. I honestly don't even know if it's real or not.
Okay.
But it goes like this: Chogog agog, man chog agog, Shabunda Gungamog.
I hope you pronounced all of those right.
I hope so too. I hope so, Pop. Um, he told me that it means bear who stands in a river and looks like a man.
Bear who stands in a river and looks like a man.
Yeah. Chogogagog, man Chogagog, Shabunda Gungamog. No idea if it's real or not. There's too many ogs in there for me to think that it is real. I was never sold on it, but I loved saying it, so I
So
learned it.
here's the funny thing there. It does sound familiar.
Don't know. Don't know.
I'm not entirely sold,
Right.
but it does sound familiar. So I
So
don't have an answer for that one.
the reason why I mention that is because one of the suggested names from the AI is River Watcher, but it could be River Stand. And that kind of ties in for no reason other than the reference.
I'm cool with either of those.
um,
Because we're on a boat at sea, I'm thinking Post Watcher, but that doesn't feel berry.
right,
But River Watcher or River Stander is much closer. And all rivers lead to the sea, as they say.
right.
So that still falls within the realm.
So, River Stand. Until we come up with something better. Is River hyphen Stand.
Okay.
And that-
STAND.
Yeah. And that leaves our Murda friend.
The ribbit is
Oh, and it's Ken
Ken?
Cravora. Yeah.
C. So it's spelled with a C.
Okay.
Okay. KEN.
Oh no, I was saying okay.
Well, the saltwater frog version.
Right.
The real word is CAN.
CAN. Oh, gotcha. Okay. So yeah, let's. It can be Ken.
CAN or KEN.
I had originally written Ken, but I'm absolutely not married to that. It's a little too cheesy. If we could fantasy up a little bit by doing can, that works for me.
How about Kane?
Ooh, that's cool.
Kane Corva?
Kane. Is it Corva or Cravora?
Trivora. CRIVORA. Trivora.
Rivor. Kane. I like that. We do that with an I or?
Yeah, CAIN is the way I've spelt it.
I like it.
Okay. Now, a name for a raven.
Yeah. Just because I always like to at least use it as a point of reference. Of course, Bran is in here. If you ever did the Game of Thrones, one of the main characters of the main family is named Bran, and he can warg, which is basically entering the consciousness of an animal, and he tends to uh, manifest as a three-eyed raven, I think.
Interesting.
Um, Hail, Oren, Rook, taken directly from a specific type of corvid, which would be a crow.
Okay. So I went on a trip here.
Okay.
Uh, Raven habitats do include tundras.
Okay.
One of the things that I attached to kind of early in this particular naming process is the last name of Northwind. Just feels nice for a
Yeah,
raven.
absolutely.
So trying to think of a first name, I went to tundra names. Didn't get a whole lot of anything there. However, I am seeing Taiga.
Taiga.
Taiga
Yeah.
Northwind. Kind of feels
As
nice.
it does, absolutely. I'm down with that.
Okay. Now, Taiga is the name of a forest type as well.
Right.
So I'm kind of, eh,
Hey, birds live in forests too.
yeah.
Taiga Northwind.
Oh shit.
It is canon.
TEI, isn't it?
I do TAI, but I could be wrong. Just how it
That one doesn't have a red line under it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who the fuck? Oh, count that one too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go.
And then Ridley makes 9.
Ridley makes 9. So on Ridley's page, I have a my crew note.
Oh, right on.
Just it's an easy way to track it. Awesome. All right, bye everybody. Okay, so what next else? Or not written so far. So okay, so I guess the next question I have is, do we want to see if anyone else has developed a class?
Oh, yes.
Because right now we're sitting at you, me, the captain, and Narsa, the first mate. But that's 4 of 9, so it's less than half. But also that's less than half.
Right.
I don't know where I'm going with that.
Well, you had already figured that 1 through 6 of how many
Well,
on your class chart that you
so
had
I've got
made?
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are just the ones that I kind of figured might be the most common to find on a boat, or at least wizards on there. So is maybe
Right.
you can learn wizard stuff from books. But then there's also bard, but we already have a bard as the captain.
Right.
So I'm mixed.
But how many options did you have?
So I
It
have
was for through 12, right?
well, I have 6 options, but 6 through 12 is none.
Right. So half of the options are none.
Yeah. And this is just to see if
Right. And we've got an odd number. So yeah.
So do we want to roll at all? Is there someone on this list that you would like to roll for? Or is there...
I'm absolutely cool with random at this point. I don't mind. Excuse me.
And this is just something if we wanted to. It's an easy way to not have to make a decision.
Right.
or to get us to make a decision.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's just roll them.
Okay. So who first?
I'm good to go down the list. I just have.
Okay.
So we would start with Brynja, according to the list that I have here.
That's the same one I have. Brynja, Gror, Rogar, Kane, and Taiga is my list.
I went Taiga Cane, but yeah.
So
Yep.
everything else is the same.
Yep.
Okay. So Brynja is a brawler.
So then we need to do subclass.
So there the question would be martial artist or juggernaut.
Or Juggernaut, correct.
And given that her name is Armor, kind of leaning towards juggernaut.
Right. And yeah. Yeah, her name means armor protector. Yeah. So yeah, that works. Okay. All right, Groar.
Is a rogue. Are you okay with this list, by the way?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because I've got rogue, brawler, warrior, guardian, wizard, and none.
Okay. So we have Syndicate or it's escaping me.
Nightwalker.
Nightwalker.
What is their thing? Oh, Shadow Stepper. Okay.
So it would be useful to have a connection in every port, and that would be a syndicate.
That would be a syndicate, yeah.
And we've kind of been setting Ridley up to be this kind of wise captain who makes up for his size by doing things smart.
Syndicate would make sense.
It does make sense to me too.
Okay, now that we've done two, do we want to cross off and re-roll any doubles?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's a good thought. We should have done that to begin with, but
it was going to come up if it rolled twice in a row anyways.
Right.
But a question to
Yeah.
have.
All right, Rogar.
Rogar. Oh, he's the littlest brother. That's a 6. He got none.
He got none. Okay.
He's the littlest brother. He hadn't done it yet.
Okay. That would be Kane now.
Okay, yeah. 4, Guardian.
Ooh.
The Ribbed Guardian. Interesting.
Okay, Stalwart or Vengeance?
I don't think there's a preference there. So, Kane. Is Kane... Kane's not a tank. Kane wouldn't be a tank. He's a frog.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna ask, is he a tank, or is he somebody that's gonna get upset when his friends get hurt?
Right. Yeah, no, he's a
but
Vengeance. You're right.
He's not a tank.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the short fuse guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taiga.
Okay, that's a 4 that says Guardian again. We said reroll.
Reroll.
laugh. This is another nothing because you didn't get to be a guardian. That's an 8.
It's an 8, so he is nothing. All right, it was guardian or nothing, I guess.
Sorry, Taiga. Kane beat you to it. That's what you get for napping in the crow's nest. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So we actually have a big crew of big fighters.
Yeah.
7 of 9? Is that what that is? 2, 3.
No, she's not in this.
4, 5, 6. I heard it too. I was gonna leave it alone, but I heard it too. That's funny. Okay. Interesting. I have some characters to build.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was in the process of. What do you call that when you have a list of things that you want to roll on a result? You know what I'm talking about?
A table?
Is it a table?
A list of things you want to roll for a result?
Yes.
Yeah, a loot table is typically.
Yeah, table. Yeah, okay, yeah.
That's not spelled right, but oh well. Oh well. Kit. Spelling that one wrong on purpose because of this. Vengeance. Okay. Wild.
We got Narsa back, man.
That's wild by itself.
Yeah. I keep falling back to that. That's just really cool.
Alyssa's gonna lose her mind a little bit when she hears that one.
Really?
I would imagine. I think she'd be absolutely fascinated. So we got warrior, seraph, sorcerer, bard, brawler, rogue, and guardian. That feels really balanced.
It's like an awesome adventuring party, yeah.
Hang on.
Oops. All adventurers.
No, not 2 of them.
Yeah, no. But we need to...
We will still need some stat blocks for them, but they're not going to have classes. They're not going to be anything special. That's hilarious. The crow's nest and the little bear.
Baby bear. Baby bear. I have had the AI generate 24 oceanic and weather phenomena to be determined by rolling 2d12. So we got 24 different options. Go ahead and roll me 2d12 and I will give you an example. I haven't read any of them yet, so we'll just taste and see whether we like.
What is this adventure starting with? Critical.
Seriously?
5s.
5s. Okay, so that's 10.
Yeah,
but
critical.
It was a critical roll. Our first roll of the campaign. A critical. Sudden downpour. A short but intense rain shower passes over the ship, soaking the deck and the crew before the sun or gray sky returns. The effects. The deck becomes slippery for the next hour. Any character moving more than one range band in a single action must succeed on an agility reaction roll with a target number of 12 or be knocked prone. Here's the thing. I did not ask for game mechanics. This thing knows what I want. Now, I do not suffer from AI
dependency.
I don't. But because I have framed all of the information within canon and within the structure of the rules, it knows that it would be a good idea to do that. And that's one of the reasons why I appreciate how I have gone about doing this. And it gives awesome results if you do it right and treat it right.
Yeah, that's the catch, is doing it right.
Yeah.
Too many people are just like, why isn't this thing smart?
Right. Or it's smarter than me, so I'm only going to do what it says. I'm just going to rely on it for all the everythings. So yeah, if you give it the right context, give it enough context. Like I've downloaded, uploaded the what do they call it? The SRD, the systems reference document.
Yeah.
For Daggerheart, so it knows, and also the Homebrew toolkit. I've uploaded that as well. Yeah. So and then and then all of the stuff, and then that's what I call core materials. All of the void materials are listed in that as well. So it's got everything is founded on the rules, not just on my canon, not just on the fiction that I've created. So, and then I told it, these are core materials, keep these separate, but this is the framework upon which everything else will be played. And so it knows that. So I asked it for some phenomena, and it gave me phenomena and rules mechanics. That's amazing. I love this thing. We are going to export that to docs, baby.
Love it.
And then we need to do another one for cargo, maybe?
Not for the first. Well, we don't need to roll for the first one because we've already talked about what we're going to do with that.
Yeah, but what are we carrying on the way in?
Yeah, what are we dropping off? So there's that. Are we going to need to have separate tables for one large and many small? Because I can see that being maybe something to have to deal with at one point or another.
Right.
You know, we get one big delivery to the next stop, or we have a bunch of little deliveries that are going to be over the next 2 or 3 stops.
That's a good point. I cannot think because I have to pee. My brain is only conscious of the fact that I gotta go. I'm gonna leave this out here so you don't share the experience with me.
Love you.
Love you too.
And look, I need to work on characters now. Ooh. So there's a problem and a half. Daggerheart does not have all of the custom wildlings that we've made. And that's going to be an interesting thing to think about. Demiplane, sorry. Demiplane does not have all of the custom wildlings.
No. Oh, yeah. You know, that's...
So that's something we're going to have to think about.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind putting them into the system, you know?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And we can generate a character sheet.
There's ways we can go about it. But it is something we need to be aware of while we're doing those.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Because those Ursay...
And the Murdoch.
Oh, and the murder. Yeah, you're right. Neither of those.
Half the crew.
Yes. God, am I good or what? Anything I can do to mess with the system.
It's all good.
Hard copy? What do you mean I gotta use hard copy?
Oh. So, because he's the easiest to make because he is part of the core rulebook.
Mm-hmm.
What would Kane be using?
So, a boat hook? A harpoon? Just trying to kind of think of nautical themed weapons.
There is the grappler.
Right.
That is a hook on a rope. That is a secondary weapon.
It's a secondary, yeah. It's not a primary.
So with
and
that,
he'd want something with a one-handed burden then in order to be able to use both.
Yep. And primary stat is strength. So what's that? Broadsword? One-handed. Oh, that's agility. Why is a broadsword agility? And a cutlass is presence?
Cutlass is kind of like a piratey kind of a theme.
Yeah, but it's presence.
So it's a bard's weapon.
I did think about giving the captain that, but I gave him the rapier instead. The rapier is less piratey.
Yeah.
It's only justly, but it is less. Mace. Is mace a strength weapon? Mace is a strength weapon, so there's that option.
Right.
Returning blade. That's the boomerang that you're using.
Boomerang knife, yeah. No, there's also a boomerang. It has almost exactly the same stats. I'm not sure why they decided to make something that flavored like that, but
it's finesse anyway, so. Short sword? Agility. Wow. Interesting. For so many... Well, you know what? I need to actually look at that if that's going to be my complaint. Well, no, there is the hollowed axe as well, isn't there? Because that's a strength. That is. Yeah. So what do you think? Grappler and axe or grappler and mace?
For a pissed off frog.
I promise we're not creating joke characters here.
No, but
But
it helps to refine it down, to boil it down to something. Um, I like the idea of a mace. How can we flavor a mace somehow to be more froggy or more uh, maritime?
hammer.
Right. Um, his grappler looks like an anchor on a chain.
So I am realizing I need to do custom stats for this because the grappler is an agility weapon or a finesse weapon.
All right. Yeah, it's the problem with secondaries. They don't necessarily fit.
It's easy to find a combination that do fit together, but that combination doesn't always fit the
The
character
character
stats.
concept. Yeah.
Okay, so what should his negative be? Instinct, presence, or knowledge?
I don't see him being like intimidating, and I don't see him being uh flairful. My instinct is to say that negative can be in presence, but intimidation can go a long way. You know, having a pissed off frog with a big mouth, huh? uh,
Big mouth and a sharp tongue.
right? He might be a talker, in which case presence would be okay. Um, He's gonna have the beef. He's gonna have the physicality. So the intimidation still can come from that. Yeah, my instinct is to say President Stumpstead.
Okay. So, mace and grappler. Okay. I don't know what else. You're working on cargo right now, yeah?
Yeah, I've got. Wow, man. You want to give me a roll?
Yeah. Two. What am I rolling?
2d12, same.
Reroll that one. Thank you. 3.
3 total?
3 total.
Rough sawn lumber. A heavy load of unfinished timber from the logging camps near Fate's Wheels Timber District. The wood is practical, destined for construction sites in Vigantia. Ooh.
That's awfully specific and not where we're going.
It is a little too specific, but we can discount that flavor and just say it is rough sawn lumber. It would be from safe.
From safe to fear.
Yep. Yeah. But we've got options like
why do my dice hate me now? 24.
24. Really? Did you crit again? Decommission 4. A large, magically silenced and chilled crate marked with Avantrium Collective insignias and handled with extreme care. Inside is a single dormant plank soul sphere and a transport cradle. This is a high-risk smuggling operation run by...
Top rating. We need to figure out the rest of the Clank Emancipation first.
Yeah!
You gave it all your lore, too.
I literally have chills. I literally have chills. How fucking cool is that?
And see, now you're going to be thinking about, well, who is it, though?
Wow, that's yeah. I'm this thing. It's like it wants to impress me.
It's
I do not suffer from the sickness. I'm telling you, I really don't. But wow. Okay.
It's W939.
Right. I know who it is.
Uh-oh.
You don't know who it is.
Oh, no.
But I know who it is. Anyway.
Aside from that.
Yeah. Dale's Wine is another list from Fushi's.
Oh.
From Fushi's The Dales. Barrels of young, unremarkable red and white wine from the vineyards surrounding Wallowdale. It's a common table wine, pleasant but forgettable, and a staple of the taverns in Fate's Wheel.
Interesting. There are some interesting things on that list.
Really, really cool. But there's also plain stuff. Bolton grain, rough sawn lumber, salted fish. Spare parts from Avantrium.
From or for?
A single heavily reinforced and officially sealed crate from the Avantrium Collective in Vigantia. The manifest lists precision mechanical components. These are non-sentient replacement parts for a wealthy client's service golem.
Okay.
It makes me so happy. It tickles me. Okay, so yes, we are going to go ahead and keep that too. And that kind of covered, I mean, like with rough sawn lumber, that's a big one, right? But then there can also be, like, if there's only one crate, then we're going to roll a couple more times until we feel like the cargo hold will be full.
Yeah.
So we're going with the wood for the opener.
Yeah. The other one was just exploring what other choices we had, and that led down a wild way.
Yeah, you don't even know.
Do I not even know?
You do not even know. Good, good. We can clear that.
I do believe we just hit the 2-hour mark.
Yes, we did. We're 158 and change. How you feeling?
It is 1:30 in the morning, and I'm gonna need to get up with breakfast.
That's a good point. And we're at the point now where we have everything we need. We know what the weather's like. We know what we're carrying. We know who we're working with.
Yes, that was the big one I wanted to like get out of the way
Yeah.
as soon and early as possible, so that we know who we're dealing with and is not doing this
Yeah.
as people are introduced.
Yeah. It gives you
Oh,
time to get stats lined out for everybody,
and we can still talk through that, because and I will have to share all of these with you as well, huh?
yeah.
Everybody but me. But that's all easy enough.
And we'll have hard copy for our 4 bastard children.
Oh. I don't entirely know if that's necessary. I'll have to do some clicking around in the character creator and see if we can get something simply figured
Right.
out.
I mean, maybe we can use giant stats for the Ursay and another Skykin for Taiga. Or a fairy for Taiga. That way the flight's already.
I mean, why not a combination thereof? Because they do have the mixed ancestry thing.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Oh. Well, maybe. We'll see. I'll do some clicking around and ask your opinion on a couple things while we're going through it.
All right. So we'll have all those finer details worked out when we get together again.
Most likely next Friday.
Yes, I'm looking for this to be our Friday night deal. I think we'll actually be able to get to role-playing next time.
We were supposed to do that this time.
Yeah,
but I asked questions.
And how dare you? How dare you? Like we said, we have no idea how this is going to go, so we hope you stuck with us and learned a little bit about how you can
gone through a little of the.
brainstorm to get a campaign going.
It's not hard. It's just a lot of thinking.
Yeah, you just have to think all the thoughts. That's all. That's it for us. We're gonna pack it in. Have an excellent tomorrow, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out.
Bye bye.